It's draft season, guys. At the end here of week 2 preseason. And guys, I'm looking to do a fantasy football draft tonight on underdogfantasy.com. Look at some of these players that are shooting up my draft board, the other people's draft boards out there. There's a lot of movement going on right now on ADP, and there's a lot of movement going on eBay. And so I want to talk about one of those biggest risers from the game going on right now, man. Probably the biggest storyline from tonight's game is Isaiah Likely on the Baltimore Ravens at the Cardinals. And of course, who's throwing him the ball? Tyler Huntley, man, third-year backup running back that plays a very similar style to Lamar Jackson, looking really good out there. 13 for 14, but Isaiah Likely going 8 for 8 with 100 receiving yards so far, plus the touchdown, a long of 31 cards. What's going on, Canada boy breaks? Yeah, dude. So we have a few spots left open in a private $5 best ball league that we're going to draft here in just a few minutes on Underdog Fantasy. If you're new, you can use promo code QUEST. 100% instant deposit bonus gets you that instant deposit bonus up to $100. So you can instantly get $100 free. If we don't fill this tournament, we're going to do a Best Ball Mania 3, which is a $25 entry, $2 million first place prize. If you're not familiar with Best Ball, it's basically drafting a big team. You want to pick the guys that are going to perform the best throughout the duration of the entire season. Just pick a big team, and they're going to automatically optimize that lineup for you on a weekly basis. No start-sit decisions. So you can spend that time, hanging out with family and friends, or you can spend that time on eBay. You can spend that time building your collection or selling cards or whatever the case may be. But this allows you to do a lot of them. It's basically like doing a paid mock draft, right? But because everybody's got skin in the game, they're all taking it serious. So you have none of those computer bots that you're drafting against. You get very sharp drafters, sharp ADP, which is important, right, to build that draft strategy. And also, right now in the preseason, before the season starts, ADP movement is directly correlated with that rookie card movement. If a guy's moving up a draft board, that's because he's doing something good on the practice field or in the preseason. That's also creating a lot of hype, generating a lot of demand for his rookie cards on eBay. Isaiah Likely is one of those guys. We got to look at him. We got to look at Isaiah Likely, man. This is a very important. Shelly, Link, yes, there is late stick. What's good, man? What is good, bro? Yes, there's a few more spots left. Let's get the link. Let's get the link for you good people. All right. So let's share my screen. Yep, we got a few spots left open. I also posted the link. If you guys are part of our Discord server over at patreon.com/footballcards, also posted the link up in there. So you can see we've got 6 spots left open to fill. Oh, man. I need more Amon-Ra St. Brown. I did not buy any Amon-Ra St. Brown last year. Kicking myself, Canadian boy breaks. Destroyer with the big CC. Is Stafford for Thielen good trade? I have Lance and want the stack with Cup. Whoa, man, you got me going for a loop here, Destroyer. Is Stafford, so you're talking Matt, obviously you're talking Matt Stafford for Adam Thielen, a good trade because you have Trey Lance, but I see what you're saying. I see. You have Trey Lance. You want to trade for Matt Stafford to get him to stack him with Cooper Kupp. Well, yeah, totally. And you have Trey Lance as your starting quarterback. You have Thielen and you Destroyer. I'm a little confused by maybe the wording of your question here. I think I understand this right, but if I had Kupp, I would want to stack him with Stafford. And Trey Lance does have rushing upside on his own, so you don't necessarily have to stack him with any of the San Francisco 49ers players. Bush Leaguers in. Let's go. Bush Leaguers in the house. Bush Leaguers, let's do it. We got 4 spots left open, guys. Who's going to help us fill these spots? Andrew G says, who's the thumbnail? It's driving him crazy. Andrew, hop in this draft. We got 3 spots left open. We're drafting, guys, in just a few minutes, a best ball league. The thumbnail is Isaiah Likely. So if you guys are wondering, Isaiah Likely is a wide receiver, rookie, drafted out of the 4th round this year from Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina. But you can see he's this year's Marquez Callaway, right? 6'5", 245 pounds. This guy is built like a tight end. He's got pretty short arms, though, and he's pretty slow considerably. So he's built like a tight end. But look at his numbers from Coastal Carolina. His stats from Coastal Carolina are incredible. 91st percentile college dominator, 80th percentile yards per reception, and he broke out at just 18.4 years old. So I'm already like, because he had 4th round draft capital, I'm like, okay, is Tyler Huntley popping off? We know he's obviously not going to start the season for Lamar Jackson. Unless Lamar Jackson gets hurt, then you can absolutely expect Tyler Huntley's cards to pop off because he stepped in and did quite well for Lamar Jackson, and he's already having a great preseason. He's got a limited amount of rookie cards available. You could see some transactions here, some buy it nows, nothing too crazy, some college stuff, which is going to be pretty typical for him because he just does not have a lot of rookie cards. But there's definitely some buy it nows. But if we go over to 2022, Isaiah Likely, who was printed in Chronicles, guys. So he was printed in Chronicles. I probably need to refresh this because there's probably more transactions that have occurred since then. And this is how you know how sensitive the market is, because you come over here, all these transactions that we're looking at that are just sold today, August 21st, are going on right now. These are buy it now. So you can see best offer accepted, buy it now, sold, you know. So this is the start of the hype train. This is how those rookie cards get shot up in value. We're seeing it live in action right now at the Baltimore Ravens game. Very exciting. So let's see. Roberto says, start Huntley and trade Lamar Jackson. Wow. Bold prediction. Oh, Andrew G, I got you. This is my government name. You're funny. That's good stuff. All right, so how many people are we waiting on? 3 people left to fill it. All right, let me send a quick text. I can get this filled up, guys. Give me a moment here. Shout out to you guys. Start Huntley, trade Lamar Jackson. Hey, Bussin' Cards, man. I appreciate that. What's going on, Bussin'? I like the thumbnail, dude. I can't quite make out who that is. It looks like a college player. Is that? No, it's not Kenny Pickett, but I can't quite make out who that. Maybe Dan Marino? I don't know. Bussin', hop in this draft with us on UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code Quest, get 100% instant deposit bonus. We got 3 spots left in a private $5 best ball league with myself and a bunch of other hobbyists. And it's no start-sit decisions throughout the season. Automatically optimize lineup on a weekly basis. Take advantage of that 100% instant deposit bonus. Do a draft with us so you see what it's like. And then hop in the BBM3. Get you a $25 ticket for a chance to win $2 million at the end of the year. Draft a team. Put the skill in. What's going on? Yeah, no, I it's interesting. That's a very interesting, thought there, Roberto. Devin Duvernay, it's out of 10. It's nice. Very nice pickup. Ivano. What's going on? David Bosquet. I hope you David Bosquet hopping in to give us some Trey Lance love. It's Trey season. Keep it up. Yes, sir. All day, every day. All football cards all day, guys. Let's dig in. 3 spots left open in this best ball underdog league. Let's go. Are you hopping on some Isaiah Likely? Andrew G. So I've got all my takeaways basically put together for this yesterday's games, today's games. We had 8 games yesterday. We've already had several games today. So a lot of usage takeaways, a lot of interesting sales transactions around these backup and rookie quarterbacks that are obviously not starting the season, but because they are playing right now, they are going up. Plus, there's another guy that's going down that looked great week 1, that got hype. Even some hobbyists on Twitter were claiming that this guy was being pumped up by somebody. Talking about Kellen Mond on the Minnesota Vikings. He absolutely tanked yesterday. And so he's going back down. He's coming back down to earth, guys. And we saw a similar thing happen with Bailey Zappi, right? Week 1, looking like, this great quarterback for the New England Patriots. But the other thing you have to take into consideration, are they playing the first team defense? Are they playing the second stringers, the third stringers, that kind of thing as well? When you're evaluating how good their performance was, there's certain, raw traits that you're looking for to see if they can execute on the field. Malik Willis, pretty solid. He's got that rushing upside. He also threw another touchdown. So, QB rating was only 75.6, but still you get that rushing floor with Malik Willis. He had a 24-yard run. He had 8.5 yards per carry. So that alone is enough for people to want to go ahead and take those flyers, invest that money into a prospect that in the future could potentially break out, even if it's his college uniform cards. I don't know, man. I mean, the thing is, right, he does have this interesting college resume, but it's a very small school in Coastal Carolina. He's obviously not going to overthrow Rashad Bateman, who is their true their true alpha wide receiver. But he obviously is going to go up to a respectable amount. It's going to be interesting to see how far he does go off. I expect these transactions for Isaiah Likely to continue going off throughout the night and into tomorrow, as my Twitter feed is being blown up right now about Isaiah Likely. We've already seen what he's done here in the first half of this game. Daniel Jones having another meh game. Already threw an interception in this game. But Isaiah Likely just it's a big storyline. It's a big storyline. So we go back and refresh the sold transactions. All of a sudden, boom, now we got a $99 Isaiah Likely card popping off here. We got a new transaction. This one's a purple sparkle mini out of 10 here. All these cards from Chronicles, man. And see, there's not a whole lot of cards, so they're just going to fly up. They're going to fly up quick. This one numbered out of 10. Danny Dimes. Yep. Yeah, he's looking like it tonight, man. Let's see. I gotta send a quick text to get this thing. Got 2 more spots left, guys, in this best ball league. Let me see. 3 spots left. I'm about to get 1 full. Got 3 spots left. Let's go. I'm sending a text to our man Carter the Power, see if he's out there available to help us fill this league up. Let's see. 2 spots. 2 spots. 2 spots. So it looks like we should have Tom Brady back early this week. That's exciting. So I think this absence from Tom Brady has definitely impacted not only his values a little bit. I saw a snippet from a PWCC auction on a Bowman Chrome. It was 2000 Bowman Chrome. I don't know if it was a refractor or the base one that that went like way under what the last one went for. It was a high grade, maybe PSA 10. The interesting thing though is that I don't think PWCC auctions get as many eyeballs as eBay, and I know that they have a integration with eBay so that a lot of their auctions go to eBay, but I don't know if all of them do. I'd be curious to hear from you guys. I've never had a membership to PWC. I used to have a free one when I did their market price analysis research. They used to have that research tool that went back all the way to like 2004, 2008. I struggle multitasking. All right, let's see. Let's go. Let's go, guys. I got one spot left. One spot. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be out there? We got one spot left to fill this league. Thank you, Derek. Sometimes you got to bully Carter a little bit. I know that. Oh, you didn't hear? Bussin', man. So we're playing best ball, right? It's not your standard season-long fantasy football league where you have to make roster start-sit decisions on a weekly basis. This one is going to be automatically optimized. So you're basically going to draft a big team tonight, right? You're going to also get a 100% instant deposit bonus with my promo code Quest, which you can then take $5 in our tournament, take another $25. You could put up to 100, get a free 100. Boom. Get into the Best Ball Mania 3, chance to win $2 million at the end of the year. It's basically like doing a paid mock draft, right? So you sharpen your drafting skills, and then they're going to automatically optimize the lineup for you on a weekly basis. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, tight end, flex, no kickers, no defense, automatically optimized on a weekly basis. So you get the most amount of points. You just draft a big team, man. Set it and forget it. So it's the ideal way to play in a lot of fantasy football leagues and to really sharpen those draft skills, but also have a chance to win some money at the end of the season, right? So let's go. My favorite player to collect, Roberto. 1 spot left, by the way, guys. My favorite player to collect, Roberto, is Mike Evans. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Those are my favorite Buccaneers players. I also like the PC, Mike Allstott, John Lynch, pretty much any Bucks Hall of Famer, Bucks GOAT. Those are my guys, right? I even like to collect Brady in Bucks uniform stuff over, obviously his rookie product are like Grail cards, right? But, that's my PC. My PC is all Bucks players because I am born, raised, lived here my entire life in Tampa Bay. So I've been a Tampa Bay fan through the thick and the thin since the 80s. Yeah, let's do it, Bustin'. We got 1 spot left, brother, and you're going to get in this 12-person league. I'll post the link one more time for you. So you get a 12-person league. This is a private 12-person league. So myself, you got Carter the Power in here. You got Derek Richard. You got Shelly. You got Late Stick. I saw Drex. Andrew G is in here earlier. So I'll share my screen. We'll go through who's in it. This thing's getting ready to start. As soon as Bussin' gets in. Andrew G says spreadsheets up and running. Y'all better be ready. So he's got his tiers. He's got his rankings. Yeah, I'm excited to see where some of these rankings, some of my rankings have shifted. I'm all about building my roster based on the way the draft board unfolds. But in this league, in this format, it is a single quarterback format. So obviously, there's not going to be as much emphasis on the quarterbacks out of the gate as there is in those super flex leagues when the positional scarcity, when you can start 2 quarterbacks on a weekly basis, you want to get at least one of those dual threat elite quarterbacks. Whereas in this format, typically, now we'll see, because this is going to be more of like what you would call a home league, where, and you can see my ranking. My rankings are actually customized, but in more of a home league scenario where you may see some pretty interesting selections going on a round by round basis. So I'm excited to see. Derek said Carter's here. We're all playing for second. Chris, we got one spot left, man. I don't know who's going to take it. I'm anxiously awaiting. I have a feeling, though, by the time I'm done taking this sip of beer, oh, it's filled. It is filled. I don't know who got it. Let's find out. Here we go. Ridley, 18 at the the first spot. Late Stick got the second spot. Derek, DBO68 got the third spot. Homer, 954 got the fourth spot. I'm at the fifth spot. Drexler, Andrew G is at the 1.6. Joey collects at the 1.7. Am I saying that right? Illy Viven at the 1.8. Bush Leaguers at the 1.9. Ramsey at the 1.10. Steelers 7, our man Brian at the 1.11. And Carter the Power at the turn, the 1.12, where he's probably taking Treylon Burks. Here we go. So another thing I love about this format is it's only 30 seconds per pick. So you got to be on point and be ready to go, because the worst case scenario, the draft is going to be an hour long. But if everybody's on point, I mean, we're talking a 45-minute draft. So pretty standard start here. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey. A lot of drafts I have seen Christian McCaffrey going number one overall now, just with the thought process the Colts may throw the ball more. Nyheim Hines may be involved more. There may be a little bit of regression from Jonathan Taylor. I don't know. But I have seen more and more drafts with Christian McCaffrey at that 1.1 spot. Justin Jefferson, though, is becoming the consensus top wide receiver off the board. I do like to diversify my exposure, Carter. I hate to do this. So for me here, man, I got to go. I'm going to go Jamar Chase because Carter's in this draft. I got to make Carter proud, right? We're going to start off with a wide receiver build. This will be interesting. I'm basically going with best player available. My rankings are customized. So when you're in here, you can come over to your rankings. You can come over to your rankings and modify them the way you want. And I have uploaded my own Excel spreadsheet with my own rankings that are a little bit different than the default underdog rankings. LSU, I got the LSU bias. Anthony Pellegrino says he's avoiding CMC at all costs. The problem, are you avoiding him because of the injury risk? Because if so, what if he doesn't get injured this year? There's been no other running back that has put up as many PPR points on a per-game basis than Christian McCaffrey in recent NFL history. So if you fade Christian McCaffrey and you're wrong about him getting hurt, then you know what I'm saying? You're going to be really kicking yourself. But I get it. He has a higher fragility rating. But are we good at predicting injuries? I would argue no. It is very difficult to predict injuries. Impossible to. It's actually not more than difficult. It's virtually impossible. We can project fragility and frailness, and I guess you could kind of put Christian McCaffrey in a higher risk category because of his injury history at this point. But when he's on the field, that guy's a 25 average fantasy points per game type of running back. That's a very rare breed, and that's why he's still going number one overall. Let's see what Carter does. Okay, goes Travis Kelce at the 1.12. And I've I've actually been fading Travis. I mean, yeah, he's pretty much a lock for the end of the first round, but I've personally been fading Travis Kelce at that spot. Now I do like Joe Mixon at the first pick of the second round there. But I'm not going to lie. I've been fading Travis Kelce. It's clear that Mahomes has built a connection with both of their backup tight ends. Travis Kelce's 33 years old. His numbers have regressed from 2019, 2020, 2021. That is important to note. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, he's teed up to have a great year just because of vacated targets from Tyreek Hill. But still, he's now obvious that Mahomes has built a connection with all the other guys on the team, and Kelce has regressed in numbers. And the other backup tight ends have been doing a good job catching the ball from Mahomes in the first quarters of preseason games thus far. Does he, diversify those targets a little bit more? And maybe Kelce is just leveraged in those high, money throw situations where he really needs the critical conversion of whether it's a first down or a touchdown. All right, let's see what we got going here. So Steeler goes Devontae Saquon, like that start. Ramsey goes Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Bush Leaguers, Najee, Alvin Kamara. Man, if we had more clarity around Kamara's suspension, I think he would probably be going even higher. Okay, I'm back on the clock. Joey collects went Cook, Swift, Drexler goes Diggs, Jones, so pretty balanced. Man, there's my guy, Mike Evans. It'll be nice to get Brady back in camp this week. It's make me feel a lot better. What I'm actually going to do and doing this one, I'm going to mix it and do something a little bit different. This may be a little bit of polarizing pick for you guys here, but I'm going to go Tyreek Hill there. I'm going to do a 0 RB build or maybe an anchor RB. We'll see what RBs fall back to me. But as much as I want to go Mike Evans there, I do think he is somewhat touchdown dependent. I don't think Julio Jones is going to steal a massive amount of targets away in that offense, but I still think that Mike Evans is somewhat touchdown dependent, and I think Tyreek Hill is just going to get peppered with targets in the short and intermediate sectors of the field. I think Mike McDaniels is going to even give him some handoffs. I think Mike McDaniels is looking to use Tyreek as more of like a Deebo Samuel in that Miami offense. They just paid him an ungodly amount of money, and they're about to use him and kind of develop that offense around Tua's strengths. So I am bullish on Tyreek Hill at that ADP. I think he does at least perform to that second round expectation or higher potentially. All right, so late stick goes Josh Allen at the end of the second, a little bit above Josh Allen's ADP there. So that's interesting. Then he goes Breece Hall at the third. I think that's also a little bit of a reach on Breece Hall compared to his current ADP. But if he's right, then he's right. That'll be very interesting because, the Jets still have Michael Carter in that backfield who has been pretty good on receiving downs and still projects to get quite a bit of the receiving work on third downs. And I'm still out there. The jury's out there on that Jets offense and how much negative game script they're going to be in. Man, it looks like, oh yeah, I can't. One thing I am a big proponent of, see how we're at pick 29, Mark Andrews ADP of 21.9. I can't fade a guy that's fallen 10 picks past his ADP if I think that Travis Kelce is going to regress at all. Mark Andrews was the clear tight end last year. Mark Andrews, for me, is once again the tight end this year. No doubt about that. His age, his athletic ability, his prior performance metrics with Lamar Jackson, or even Tyler Huntley for that matter, are incredible. So I'm going with that tight end one upside there. 9 picks passes ADP. Yeah, mid third for Andrews to smash. I can't believe that happened, but I'm not going to say no to that. No QBs coming back. Lasix said no QBs coming back to him. Well, not QBs that are named Josh Allen, that's for sure. Yeah, no, that's true. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. No, Josh Allen will not come back to you probably, most likely. I've never seen Josh Allen make it, especially you're in the back end of the fourth round. I've never seen Josh Allen fall that far. For me, though, I don't know, guys. I am bigger on Justin Herbert this year, and I'll tell you why. Because whenever I want these guys to perform the best, especially maybe not so much best ball, I would still go Josh Allen over Herbert. But in seasonal long leagues, I am personally going Herbert over Josh Allen. I think Herbert, when it comes down to December, is going to have a better run of games towards the end of the season. Think about it, guys. He's playing in California. He plays at least half of his games in a dome in Los Angeles. Whenever Josh Allen is playing out in the frigid Northeast Buffalo region, when at any time there could be a nor'easter, and it's one of those 6-3 games or 10-6 games like the Patriots and the Bills had last year, when you're just hoping for Josh Allen to get some kind of rushing production, some kind of rushing touchdown to give you 10 to 15 points. Justin Herbert's over there in a dome going for it on every single fourth down. But there you go, Steeler. Justin Herbert at the 4.2 right there. And so I think that Justin Herbert is going to have a much better second half to his season based on that, potentially, among how aggressive the Chargers are and everything. It's just they're arguably the most aggressive coaching staff in the league, and they've got great weapons. Let's face it. So that's what you would hope for, Bush Leaguers, because you get one of them nor'easters. All right, so let's see. Zeke Elliott there in the fourth. I like that pick. When Jerry Jones goes out there, we could say whatever we want about Jerry Jones and his involvement with the team and this and that. But when he says a guy's got to be a critical component of the offense, and you look at how much they're paying Zeke, so the contract, right? Zeke Elliott's going to get his touches, over 200 touches. You give a guy that many touches, and I think he pays off, exceeds that expectation. So his current expectation is a fourth round pick. I think he exceeds that, no doubt. Like I'd go James Conner over Zeke Elliott. I'd potentially go Zeke Elliott over Breece Hall at this point, but that's close just because Breece Hall is so explosive, so athletic. But I like the system that Zeke Elliott's in the position that he's in. All right, so I still don't have a running back, and Gabe Davis, man, getting a big touchdown yesterday, could easily smash the button on him here. I'm gonna go ETN here. I'm gonna go ETN there. I like the upside that ETN presents. Let me see what his ADP was. ADP of 36. Okay, wow, yeah. Get him at value, but I do believe he presents a lot of upside. He's very young, very explosive. The one thing that concerns me about it is the split that he's going to see when James Robinson is healthy, right? James Robinson is that between the tackles grinder. ETN likes to get into space, bounce it out. So, I think ETN can develop. The other thing is ETN hasn't played football, like actual football in a real NFL game besides this limited preseason action for 12, 13 months. So, I actually think he's got a lot of growth to do in terms of assessing what the defense is doing and assessing where the holes are in the offensive line to get those yards instead of always trying to bounce things out to the outside and potentially getting stuffed. All right, I'm back on the clock already. Kittle's gone in the fifth. I like that pick. A lot of wide receiver goodness here, man. A lot of wide receiver. I've got, man, I don't. I'm not. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Marquise Brown or Deontay Johnson. I don't know if I have or Cooks. Could go Cooks. Did I get Marquise Brown? Okay, I'll take it. I don't love it, but I like Bateman. I like Bateman in this range. I do like Chris Godwin. I think Michael Thomas is also moving up in my rankings now that we know he's healthy. He's gonna play. Also, Mooney is interesting right here. So is Amon-Ra St. Brown. A lot of mouths to feed in that Detroit offense, though. Derek says your OTC. Yeah. I let the clock run out. I know that might drive somebody crazy, but I got to get my 30 seconds of think time in, man. Bushliger said Thomas tweaked up that hammy already. Dear God. Some of the stuff I can't keep up with. If it was a hammy, must not have been serious. I didn't see. Michael Thomas injury. Besides the fact Michael Thomas dealing with a hamstring injury. So it was just today, 3 hours ago. Saints head coach Dennis Allen tells reporter Michael Thomas is dealing with a hamstring injury. Great. New injury. Soft tissue. Yeah. Okay. Looks like beat reporters believe it to be minor. Saints are being cautious, so he is ready for week 1. Let's pull that draft board back up. See where we're at here. I do love the explosiveness and that third most shootout games on the schedule, according to Vegas Insider. A lot of shootout goodness for the Arizona Cardinals. I just hope they keep their heads in the game, man. They're a team. I'm questionable on the fact that they got level heads on their shoulders. We talk about that head factor, the mental factor. Now we're starting to see a little run on quarterbacks. Herbert going the 4th, and Mahomes in the 5th, and Kyler now the beginning of the 6th. Hurts at the 6.3 from Ramsey, getting a quarterback. Man, I gotta figure out how to pronounce your name. Ilivivin. I don't know why it's giving me so much difficulty. I'm sure it's not that difficult. I'm probably just being a knucklehead. But going with a total hero RB, Austin Eckler, and then CD, AJ Brown, McLaurin, Metcalf, Thielen. All right. I am on the clock, and I bet you got Trey Lance out there. Go Bateman here. Got Moore, Schultz. No. I mean, I'm going to go Trey Lance. I'd rather go Trey Lance than those guys. I go for the upside in the rushing. Get that dual threat upside. Let's go. Where you at, David Bosquet, Messiah, putting Trey Lance on the old draft board. Carter says, whoever sniped Michael Thomas, I hate you. Laugh out loud. Where did Mike go? He's gonna dip. Oh, Bush Leaguers got him in the 5th round. Could be a value. Michael Thomas can stay on the field. Big run on wide receivers there in the 5th. I do like. I've got Marquise Brown cards in my collection. Um, so I hope he can keep his act together. The news has actually been really quiet. So, I was really bullish on Marquise Brown early because of that college connection he's got with Kyler. Dear God, why are you guys letting Rashad Bateman fall this far? I didn't really want to get him and Mark Andrews, but I'm going to now. You guys forced my hand. Forced my hand. Had to. But we're going to take him. A wide receiver 1 falling that far on the draft board. Got to do it. It's because there was a little run on the running backs here. Cordell Patterson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Late sit going Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the 7th. He does have CMC, Brees Hall, Dobbins, when Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Ayuk. Joey collects, goes Allen Lazard. There goes Allen Lazard. So, okay, so we still have Allen Lazard firmly ahead of Romeo Doubs, I believe. Let me scan the draft board here real quick. Yeah. Christian Kirk. Illa Viven goes now 6 wide receivers in a row. Building that wide receiver depth chart, just stacking it. Bush Leaguers now goes DeAndre Hopkins. I like those wide receivers, though. I'm liking the Bush Leaguers roster so far. I'm digging that roster. I'm digging the Derek roster. He's got the shield, so he should be putting together a good roster. Justin Jefferson, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Gabe Davis, George Kittle, Elijah Moore, Tom Brady. Liking that roster. Ridley with the Jonathan Taylor, Mike Williams, Kyle Pitts, A.J. Dillon, Patrick Mahomes, Devonta Smith, Cordell Patterson. Like that. It's pretty solid. Carter's now Travis Kelce in the first. Joe Mixon, DJ Moore, A-Rob, Mooney, Kyler, Pollard. Let's see what he does here in the beginning of the 8th round. He goes Kadarius Toney. Who did he pass up to go Kadarius Toney? Passed up his guy Chris Olave. Passed up his guy Treylon Burks, man. He goes Kadarius Toney over Treylon Burks. And Sky Moore, Marquez, the Kansas City wide receivers. The number 3 on Cincinnati. I don't know, man. I almost think I'd rather have Tyler Boyd or Russell Gage over Kadarius Toney. I would rather have because of the quarterback situation, I'd rather have Olave, Sky Moore. I'd rather have any of these guys over Toney. Toney's more down here in this range for me. But he does have that upside. Bush Leaguers go Joe Burrow in the 8th here. Very interesting kind of how far Joe Burrow fell in this draft behind even Tom Brady. I would have taken him. Here, even though I got Trey Lance to stack him with Jamar Chase. All right. Drexler goes Russell Wilson. I like that Drexler roster pretty good too. Let's see what we got out here. Oof. I will go Chase Edmonds here. Though I do have dang. You know what? I'm doing it because I like Kareem Hunt here too. Kareem Hunt could get, you know what? That's a good point. We're gonna go. We're gonna go Chase Edmonds there. Yeah, to me, Chase Edmonds is a nice arbitrage play, if you will, off of a guy like DeAndre Swift, who goes in the middle of the second. So it'd be interesting to see where Jamal Williams go. Okay, yeah, Derek's only taken one running back here. That's probably oh, I got you. Carter says I have so much Burks exposure, I gotta quit drafting him. TJ Nolan says he needs to draft Russell Wilson. TJ says Kadarius Toney is going to be great. Yeah, he's got a lot of talent, man. I'm just questionable about his quarterback getting him that ball. So, all right, back on the clock here. Yeah, let's go. Well, we got a tight end. We got a tight end one. Want some more running back talent? Let's go Kareem Hunt here. Browns have one of the best offensive lines in the league. Kareem Hunt, an incredibly powerful receiving back. Anything happens to Nick Chubb, he becomes a top 10 running back. He gets traded. He's obviously going to be the RB1 on whatever team he goes to. So that's always a possibility as well. And even if he's maintains his current role, he still pays off a 9th round ADP. Like, look at Dameon Pierce on the Houston Texans, now in that split role with Marlon Mack, but he's getting all the hype here in preseason after some pretty solid performance, now going in the 8th round of draft. I think Ramondre Stevenson now going almost 2 full rounds ahead of Damian Harris. So such a wild disparity in ADP when Damian Harris just earlier this summer was being drafted ahead of Ramondre Stevenson. So fascinating development there when Damian Harris had, I know I'm expecting some touchdown regression from him this year, but we know it's a run-heavy team. And last year he had 15 rushing touchdowns, 15 total touchdowns. So that's a lot of fantasy points. Last year he finished as the RB18, 929 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns. That would clearly pay off his current ADP if he were to get anywhere close to that level of production. Antonio Gibson has been falling down draft boards. There was a point earlier in the summer where Antonio Gibson was going up in the round 2 or round 3. You know, and that also correlates directly with the values of his rookie cards, how they have just dropped, right? When he was going round 2 or round 3, his rookie ticket autos were going for a respectable amount, somewhere around that $30 to $40 range. And now you can get those like dirt cheap. And we know he's got an incredibly explosive athletic profile, but he's kind of shown a little bit of a fumbling issue, shown a little bit of a vision issue. Maybe there's a coaching issue going on there. And now he's working with the second, third string offense. He's working with special teams, man. And that's why he's going down draft boards. So he's like almost becoming more of this gadget player on already a questionable offense with Carson Wentz. And they drafted Brian Robinson. So they spend a day 2 pick on a running back from Alabama. So that plays a big factor. Brian Robinson, though, is still on the board. So his ADP is still ahead of him. But very interesting development there. Melvin Gordon, another one, round 10 ADP. His counterpart, Javonte Williams, going firmly in the second round. I never see Javonte fall past the second round. Always going in the second round. And we know it presents so much upside. And people love those highlights that Javonte put up last year and all the forced missed tackles, the receiving ability. Got some great receiving ability as well. Russell Gage, my man Gage, finally going 115 here in the 10th round. So now we got 1 QB, 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, a tight end. We're just kind of stack on some depth here. Oh, man. Got to think quick. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson, Julio Jones in this range. I probably need to redo my rank. I haven't redone these rankings now in like a week, and everything is moving so quickly. Could have definitely benefited here more so from like Hines, Alexander Madison. Now we're starting to get into that range where there's a lot of good running back talent here. See, Rashad White, for example, he's got to move down my rankings a little bit, man. He's very shifty. I think he's going to do fine, but I don't think he's going to be the greatest rookie prospect. Like, I think he's going to be more of a dynasty long-term guy. Now, unless Leonard Fournette gets hurt or something, Kenneth Walker's already dealing with a hernia. He should be ready by the beginning of the season, but just that entire offensive scenario, I'm definitely fading him. I'm not. There's not going to be enough red zone opportunities for him to pay off at his current ADP. And where'd Rashad Penny go? Yeah, Rashad Penny went up here in the 8th round. So I'm fading both those guys. I mean, honestly, I'm fading anybody on the Seattle Seahawks this year. Claypool's an interesting one. I also think Jacoby Myers. I'm really just trying to project volume at this point. Guys that have guaranteed volume in their offense, and that would be Nyheim Hines, especially because I only have 3 running backs, so I definitely need some more running back depth there. So Nyheim Hines fits that bill for me. Other guys, Michael Carter, Khalil Herbert, both fit that bill nicely. So we'll stack them up as well. Put them in our queue. Make sure we turn that autopilot off. Hey, I've not got a true autopilot, not a true auto pick tonight yet. Even though it is like 11 o'clock on a Sunday night and I did yard work all day and I'm on my second beer, I refuse to be auto pick, guys. So if you're enjoying this stream, go down there and hit that like button. Leave us a like. If you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest. Of course, my name is Andy, and happy to be your host. And we're doing a best ball draft here on UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code Quest gets you 100% instant deposit bonus up to $100. And the beautiful thing about these, man, all this focus is on the draft, stacking up this big team, and then we're going to set it and forget it. You can check in on it on a weekly basis, see what your points are like, but whoever gets the most accumulative points by the end of the season gets that bag. And that's the beautiful thing. And this is getting us ready. Like we've got a super flex draft next Sunday night. That is a private patron league that I'll be live streaming the draft board, kind of talking through that one, giving the play-by-play. And then the following week, we've got a rookie card league. This is going to be a 14-team Quest Bowl where it's part cash entry, part short print rookie card entry, and it's a single quarterback league just like this. And so I want my draft skills to be as sharp as possible. So anytime I can get these in, I want to do them. I appreciate that, Shelly. Cheers. Thank you. Derek is looking forward to trash talking the Superflex League and the the Quest Bowl, the Quest Rookie Card Bowl. Carter goes Julio Jones. Carter, what is Carter doing over here? Okay, so he comes back. He gets Tyler Boyd, the 9. Then at 10, he goes Rondale Moore. Then he comes back, gets Brian Robinson. Now Julio Jones in the 12th. Who's his running backs, though? Mixon, Pollard, Brian Robinson. Kelsey, DJ Moore, Allen Robinson. I like that trio of wide receivers. Kelsey obviously has a safe floor. Not sure he's got the craziest ceiling, though. Some people might think, yeah, I think that Julio pick was a little bit of a reach, but we are in the 14th round. Or no, we're in the 12th round. We are in the 12th. We're in the 12th round, but he still does have a. Oh no, he does have Kyler Murray. Okay, he's got Kyler Murray there. I mean, look, let's face it. Like, I think Julio Jones, he may be more of a tight end for us, than anything. Like, if you look at Julio Jones' separation numbers from last year, it wasn't great. Definitely a clear regression from previous years. He doesn't quite have the juice that he had in the past. Julio, well over that age apex, but still, he's a guy who's a massive wide receiver, massive target, can play kind of like a tight end role as a wide receiver at this point. So I find it interesting. I think he is going to be touchdown dependent. But Derek, I'm going to snipe you here, bro. I'm going to do it. I just had to slow roll that one. I let the clock run out to see if I could get a rise out of Derek there in the chat, because I know one of his favorite 0 RB running backs is Alexander Madison. There it is. He was just typing in a bunch of M's. It took him a while to get all those M's in. Oh no, I forced him to go Isaiah Spiller, so he's gone full tilt now. Full tilt, Isaiah Spiller in the 12th. He's probably going to go Joshua Kelly here in the 13th. He's probably going to go Tyler Algier. That's a great point. Carter brings up a great point here, and that is, you want to diversify your exposure if you're doing a bunch of these. Like, it's like if you were to come to me and say, if I only bought one rookie card, who would it be, to profit on this year? I'd say, well, the safest investment is going to be Tom Brady. You're just buying one card, just go buy yourself a Tom Brady rookie card, right? But if you're buying a bunch, you want to buy a bunch, then you want to diversify. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. So I totally get that, resonate with that. What do we got here left in terms of quarterbacks? I'm liking this Jahan Dotson value right here. Yeah, let's go Dotson. He's out on the field in all 2 wide receiver sets, so he's going to get a ton of playing time. First round rookie. Just from that workload alone, You'll be able to convert that into some decent fantasy points. Definitely pay off a 13th round ADP. Really like that Isaiah McKenzie pick, actually, too. I missed that one. Nico going, some really fun picks here in the 13th. Like, love Isaiah McKenzie on Buffalo. It's basically like having, your equivalent of Tyler Boyd on the Bengals. You're getting that on Buffalo, but you're getting it 4 rounds later. Plus, Isaiah McKenzie's faster. He's got that fast twitch in him, and he's good, man. He's really good. Alec Pierce is an interesting potential wide receiver 2 now in Indy. Interesting pick there. He's been getting a lot of playing time. Potential playing time with the first team offense even here. So in week 1, from that workload standpoint, right, guys, we're in the back half of this draft. 5 rounds left. Let's scroll back up here and look at some of these rosters. Let us know who your favorite teams are in the chat. Ridley going Jonathan Taylor, Mike Williams, Kyle Pitts, A.J. Dillon, Mahomes, Devonta Smith, Cordell Patterson, Tyler Lockett, Jalen Tolbert in the 9th. Kenneth Gainwell, Cole Kmet, Matt Ryan, Christian Watson, very solid. Late state goes Trevor Lawrence down the 13th. That could pay off for him. Michael Carter in the 12th. All right, man. He doubles down on the New York Jets running backs there. Romeo Doubs in the 11th. So there's our Romeo Doubs. Simmer down just slightly, but he goes from being completely undrafted, unknown to an 11th round draft pick here, right next to another completely unknown, undrafted guy that's another rookie, and Isaiah Pacheco on the Kansas City Chiefs, who's just been absolutely steaming up draft boards, man. Look at Cool Guy coming in with the Rashad Penny beat reporter news. Totally. Rashad Penny's incredibly explosive. If you go back and look at his college numbers, he has some of the best college rushing numbers of all time. So I like a lot of these guys here. Let's get some Wan'Dale exposure. Yeah, so bye weeks are somewhat important, but as long as you don't have everybody in the same bye week. So I've got a few guys I'm planning on definitely stacking up tight ends. Like I've got Mark Andrews bye week 10. I got a few bye week 10, like the Jets and the Ravens both have a bye week 10. And that's it. I've got a couple bye week 11s, but nothing that would be crippling. So I do think it's important. Like if you're only drafting 2 quarterbacks, especially in a best ball format when there is no waiver wire and you don't have the ability to adapt in any given week with the waiver wire, then you definitely want to make sure you have somebody available any given week for sure. but back to Koo's comment. When Rashad Penny's been on the field, man, he's always super dynamic, super explosive, but his struggle is just staying healthy, staying on the field. I see. I'm going back looking at your comment here, New Collector. Yeah. I think we just specifically for quarterbacks. So you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and take Daniel Jones. Let's get a second quarterback with some rushing upside. Almost could have waited even more, but because I just picked Wan'Dale Robinson, we'll go ahead and take Daniel Jones. And I totally did what we just talked about not doing. Damn knucklehead. Appreciate you, Derek. I only care about buys for QB. I don't even care if I have 2x tight end on the same buy. It don't really matter across 17 weeks. I just took Daniel Jones as the same bye week as Trey Lance. Cheers. Oh, guys. It's okay. This is why you do these. You get all these mistakes out of the way. You get ready for the big high stakes leagues. We don't fill another one of these on Tuesday night. We're going to be doing a $25 one on Tuesday night after the live stream with Steve the Hitman. Doing some really fun. We're going to run him through some really fun gauntlets this week. Some would you rather scenarios based on how the rankings are moving. Because you better believe Gabe Davis's values are shooting up right now. Carter gets the LSU running back Tyrion Davis-Price in the 15th, end of the 15th round, heading into the 16th. Stacking up on some of those running backs here, the late rounds. Oh, Bushleaguer says, let's do a $100 league. Yeah, I'm down. We could do it. We just got to get enough willing participants. We got to recruit, man. Yeah, that's the problem. Chances of that $100 league filling. But if you use promo code Quest and you're getting that free $100, then you can absolutely, take that free hundo and hop in our private league, $100 league. Ooh, high stakes. I dig it. So now I'm gonna have to take another quarterback. I'm not taking. I'm going. Go this guy right here. So I can stack them with. Let me see. What I like about this, I could search. Let's see. Quintez Cephas, Khalif Raymond, Jamar, Justin Jackson out there. Dang. All right. There he goes. Sniped. Payback. Who sniped me? Drexley. You little Drexley. All right. That's all right. 3, 6, 7. I got 5 RBs. Gus the bus. I'm totally. We're gonna go ahead and queue up. I guess we're gonna queue up Zach Attack. Snack Zach. Shoot, I could even queue up Tannehill here at the end. We're going to go ahead and take. Oh, there goes Zach. There goes Derek taking Zach. I got Peoples-Jones. I like Peoples-Jones. Baker. Almost said Baker Mayfield. Deshaun Watson making his comeback against his former team, the Houston Texans, in Week 13. So I expect there to be quite the hype for Deshaun Watson in Week 13 after their Week 12 bye. If the Browns have a pretty good record, which there's a good chance of it, they have a solid defense, great coaching, one of the best offensive lines in the league, and one of the best run games in the league. So they're going to expect very little from Jacoby Brissett. They're not out of the running, I guess, for Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe they are. I would imagine they are. But if they could somehow manage to win 6, 7 games. It could absolutely be in the thick of it by time Deshaun comes back, at which point there would be quite a bit of hype for the dude. 2 rounds left. I'm forced to burn a pick here on I want to get another. Do I have any correlation here with the Titans or the this is no correlation. Oh, you know what? Screw it. Let's go Carson Wentz. I guess I could probably might as well get him. Okay. Turn that off. Who did I even get? What do you mean? I had Carson Wentz start up. Why did it give me Ronald Jones? Are you kidding me? Jeez. He's probably going to be cut from the team. I want you guys to notice here, Isaiah Likely still on the draft board there. ADP of 214. Who's taking him in the last round? Son of a. This is why you draft against. You make it a point to draft against people that are trying to stream and pay attention to a chat and try and think about something to say and all this stuff at the same time. That's what they call plus EV, right? Right, Derek? Get that plus EV. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Carter? Of course you're taking Baker Mayfield in the last round. Of course you are. Of course you are. K. Meyer, 016. Just drafted in a 10-man half PPR, feeling good about it. Kyler, Cup, Mike Williams, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, Travis Kelce, Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Cooks. Solid, man. Very solid. Very solid. I'm guessing single quarterback, half PPR. Yeah, very solid. Final round here, folks. That's a good point. There's a potential in a 10-man league that DeAndre Hopkins could go undrafted, potentially get him off the waiver. Oh, I'm not going to get auto pick now. What do I get? I'll take me Desmond Ridder. Let's go. Then we're going to roll 1Q1. God dang it. What a Oh, Isaiah Likely is advertised as a tight end. Wow, man. Note to self. And maybe in a 10, yeah, he only has 6 games, but I'm thinking in a 10-team league, yeah, I mean, he would be much later in the draft, but I mean, I get that. I guess Kyler could be played naked in the sense that he's got a lot of rushing upside. You know? So you could just play him on his own for his rushing upside. There you have it, guys. Great draft. Enjoy my $5. Go buy yourself something. Go buy yourself a cheeseburger with it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I'm gonna go take a cold shower now, and yeah, I'm out of here too. No, but this, in all seriousness, guys, this has been a blast. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Sunday night and doing this draft with me. I hope this has kind of opened your eyes to what you could potentially see in your home league, and this is going to set you up better for the season. And look at some of these risers and fallers, some of these guys skyrocketing up draft boards. Pretty incredible. So we'll have a new video coming out tomorrow. All the football card analysis, big takeaways from this past weekend in the morning when my brain is sharp, when it's fresh. So I'll see you guys there. Peace.